Kirtiji, and fellow delegates. Very warm good afternoon for all of you. The topic that I have been assigned today is boilers for power generation. This is as wide as it can be, and I have tried to give a bird's eye view of the various technologies that are generally encountered in captive generation. So this is how I'll be probably taking it through. Captive generation is fundamentally different from the larger power plants, the independent power plants, in as much as the choice of fuels, the requirements, and the size of the plant itself. These are generally installed for reliability of power. These are generally installed to make available fuel or have a flexibility of fuel. These are installed to use the available source of heat in any process plant. These are expected to be less cumbersome to construct, own, operate, and maintain. From our experience of EPC for captive power plants, where we have been for the last couple of decades now, from about a batch size of around 81 plants which has been done in India, the general technology distribution is around I would say 43% is with AFBC and waste heat, depending upon the sector of industry. CFBC is catching up with 21%. HRSG, of course, mostly on gas turbines, and for some difficult fuels, Trava grade. The choice of technologies basically depend upon the fuel, size, and the local considerations. Now, unlike a regular utility scale power plants, here you have a huge variety of fuels which are required to be burned, and the scenario is getting more complex with more fuels being tried for combustion in boiler for captive power generation. Generally, it could be imported or domestic of various grades: lignite, washer reject, char, biomass, spent wash in distilleries, so sludge, pet coke, shale, and waste heat of varied contents and distillate. It could be a blast furnace, it could be coke oven gas, it could be cement kiln, etc. Broadly, not as an absolute representation, AFBCs can use Indian imported coal, pet coke, varied percentage. CFBCs can handle a better variety of fuels than AFBCs. WHRBs are basically on gas turbine engine and cement and other plants. We have lean gas which are generated out of the process, in steel plants, for example, or in some other process plants. We've got captive power generations based on that too. Trava grade is for mostly biomass fuel, which has got high moisture and low ash characteristics. Normal considerations would be based on the combustion process, the environmental impact, limitations, fuel availability, variation in preparation, operational flexibility, maintenance and capital investment. These are the normal considerations for selection. Very oft-repeated slide, but since I've put it for a general perspective of it, various combination. Pulverized coal fuel fired as a captive power plant application is very rare. And usually it is AFBC, CFBC, or something else. PC is pretty rare. But generally, these are the factors of it. Could be for sulfur capture, could be dependent on unit size limitation. For a smaller megawatt of 18 or 25 megawatt, it could be AFBC, or these days you have CFBC boilers also of lesser capacities being developed now. And amongst other technologies, we have traveling grade boilers, which is to fire the fuels of low ash and high moisture, stark type, biomass, agro waste type. And this has fuel flexibility to burn even 100% biomass, typically in agro industries or husk, etc. Of course, not having a fluidized bed combustion, the power consumption is lower than the FBC. Efficiency is also lower. And these are the other grade to fire difficult fuels like municipal solid waste or residue derived fuel. Different grades have been developed or available. Many people have already installed in it also to take advantage of these fuels for combustion and power generation of smaller capacities. Amongst Thermax, the installations are varying across all technologies. It is true for most of the other players also. This slide is just to give a perspective about the availability of various technologies and the choice of fuels for captive power plants. All of them are mostly proven. Different types of grates have been developed. Lambian has been one. This elsewhere, some other grate is also there to burn very high moisture fuels. These days, very high moisture is being encountered even in imported coal. People are talking about 48%, 42%, etc. Spent wash and liquid fuel fired boilers, a special type of boilers. I mean, the time doesn't permit me to expand into each of these products. They are unique and they have pretty unique characteristics with respect to combustion as well as this. So I've just restricted myself to a bird's eye view of it. Whenever we operate a risk perspective, of course, that's there for any power plant, but more so for captive, because most of the captive plants are balance sheet funded. So it's better for us to take care of these financials also. I'm just rushing it through. The mitigation lies in selection of vendors, selection of people who can support the technology, who have the capability to see through the life cycle of various things. It's just a thing to capture the entire value chain of it. And finally, Thermax is close to $1 billion company operating across various verticals, directly or indirectly associated with the energy. Of late, we've been focusing very much on the renewable energy, which is solar and geothermal, etc.